Hey guys, so in the world of AI, there's a lot of exciting things that are happening right now. I want to let you know more about what you can do thanks to these new upgrades. If you're a creative, if you're in advertising, if you're an art director, if you're in marketing, if you're a designer, this is going to give you a huge step forward in your creative process. And to demonstrate it, I want to show one specific project that I made using AI. And this is a brand collaboration. This is a very popular method in the advertising world to get like a lot of hype about two brands. And I took a look at Patagonia and IKEA. I made beautiful images, just an image generation software that created this. None of this is photoshopped. None of this is retouched. This is raw directly out of AI. I'm going to show you exactly how I got these images. I'm going to show you the prompts that I used and what I think that you can do that'll actually improve your work when you're using AI. You may have seen the pictures before because I posted them on LinkedIn and I went viral very fast. And I think for a couple of reasons, but immediately I got 940 reposts. This is within 1 week. I got 40,000 likes and I had 4.2 million views. Everybody loved the idea. The post went viral. I want to help you make similar types of work. I think the first question is, which AI do you use? I get asked this question a lot, and it really depends on your prompts. The quality and the character and the style and the type of images that you get out of AI depends on how you brief it, how you prompt it, what you command it to create for yourself. So really on the market, there's three major AI image generation tools. There's DALL-E, there's Midjourney, and there's Stable Diffusion. I'm going to show you exactly kind of the work that they generate. So just simply using the brief of an ink sketch of a dragon, this is the results that you get. So with DALL-E, you get something that looks like kind of charcoal. I don't know if it's really ink. With Midjourney, you get something that's very nice and stylized and very well designed. And with Stable Diffusion, I might say that Stable Diffusion in this case has a little bit more detail than DALL-E, but Midjourney I think is a clear winner. But you have to understand, when you brief the artificial intelligence with an ink sketch of a dragon, it doesn't necessarily mean that you want it to be beautiful. It doesn't necessarily mean that you want it to be very well designed. As far as simplicity for generating images, I think Midjourney is above and beyond what the other two are now. Here's another one, a 3D render of a turtle. When it comes to DALL-E, you have something very, very basic. On the far right, Stable Diffusion, it looks also like okay. I mean, I guess I could use this as an icon, but Midjourney, when it comes to style, I like this image a lot more. And the last one, a cute puppy wearing sunglasses and headphones. This is exactly out of the AI what it creates. I've taken these images from another YouTuber. I'm going to put his name in the comments. So with my project, I chose to use Midjourney. Here are the images that I created. As I said, Patagonia and IKEA. Everybody thinks that you just start and just brief Patagonia IKEA and then it makes something beautiful for you. But the most important part of the project is the idea. And this is where I got to thinking that, okay, Patagonia and IKEA, they have some shared values. They both talk about sustainable production. They both talk about comfort. They both talk about style and design. And I thought this could be a new territory for both brands. For IKEA, it would push the boundaries of their furniture because I've never seen something out in the wild, like for camping or really far out in the wilderness with IKEA. And for Patagonia, I thought it would showcase how their sustainable comfort can be used indoors as well. So then came the prompt from that idea. And I have a lot of different prompts, but the first prompt that I wrote out was Patagonia collaboration with IKEA to create sustainable outdoor furniture displayed in an IKEA showroom in the style of a Behance portfolio render. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit about how that works. And then I submitted this prompt and the result that I got back was total garbage. It was terrible. And the reason why was because it was version 3. And version 3 of Midjourney was one of the reasons why I thought AI will never catch up. As a designer, as an art director, I always thought that any person who has a good education and good skills can easily surpass what comes out of Midjourney. But as I said, a couple of months ago, everything was updated with Midjourney. And that's why with the new version of Midjourney, Midjourney version 4, which you can actually access in the settings, the images that you get out are far superior. Let's take a look at this. So from a distance, I really liked this image, but then I got close and I started to go, okay, what's happening in here? I can see that Midjourney was looking at the color coding of Patagonia and the color coding of IKEA and putting it together, but I didn't feel like the utility of the chair was something that really demonstrated what the idea was. So I said, okay, I'm going to move on from this one because it looks like just a very standard thing that you would use in your home from IKEA and maybe just had some design elements, but it really didn't seem like an interesting construction. So I took a look at the other image and here I'm kind of feeling the same thing. Is this a drawer? It looks like a miniature bed that's been compressed on the side there. The chair looks like it's an office chair. I was just not inspired by it. And then when I looked up, when I saw this one, I thought, okay, there could be something here. This could be pretty cool because this wooden bench. It could be an element from outside that's been brought inside. About this sort of cabinet unit, I thought this could be kind of cool, but I thought the atmosphere was more or less nice, and I thought maybe this could be one. And then I looked, and then this is where I got really excited when I saw this image. It's really because of this chair that looks like it could be used as a backpack, looks like it could be used as a seat. It looks like it's an inflatable device. I really like this style. And I thought that this could be something, and it's quite a boring object when you look at it, but I thought that this could be something that is my starting point for inspiration, where I say, how could I demonstrate some of the values of IKEA and the values of Patagonia and make sure that the collaboration would create some sort of new product? So I liked that one. In Midjourney, I asked it to give me more variation of that image, and what it came back with was actually not very interesting, because the main object that I liked had been transformed into something else, and the background just looked worse. The color selection was worse. So for variation, when you like an image and then you click for more variation, it's pretty random what you get. And I didn't like the results in this case. So I just went back to that image and I just upscaled it. I thought the upscale was quite nice. Now there is an option when you upscale the image to do a new version. It's upscaled beta. It's double the size. So what you get is nice textures when you do that. But take a look at the background here. So when you use AI and you're upscaling from such a small image, it'll start to implement artifacts inside of there. And I really didn't like that. I found that the upscale from Midjourney when it comes to like really large formats is not very good. And it's better to do the regular upscale. The machine has a very good idea about what things should look like, and it does a more polished render on all the different items. And then if you really wanted to get it much bigger, I would then take this image right here and I would go to an external upscaler from like another website, another company, because I don't think what's happening inside of Midjourney is really helping the artwork or helping the image. So this is one image that I liked, and I said, okay, this is my inspiration. This is my starting point. I feel very comfortable with this one. Let's see what else we can do. I took a look at this other image. I said, okay, why not? Let's maybe keep this in the deck. Let's make some variation from it. And the variation, again, I was not happy with it. Some weird objects that are coming out here. And like, what is this? Is it a tree branch which is holding this up? It looks like a birdhouse. There's shoes up here that are on some bush. I didn't like it. I didn't think that it expressed the idea very well. So I went back to the original image and I just said, let's make a high resolution version of it. I like the high resolution version. I like the wood that came out of it. I like this cabinet in the background. It looks very organized. At the bare minimum, I understood that this delivered the IKEA idea of an interior. And I thought that it had some nice design elements from Patagonia within it. So from here, I made a new prompt because I understood I got everything that I wanted out of that prompt. I started to focus on different objects. So I said, let's do a Patagonia and IKEA collaboration on a multi-purpose backpack. I thought that could be a cool product that they could make together. Slash chair from vegan leather. I thought I could prompt maybe like some of the textures that we would see inside of it. In a clean showroom, I still wanted that showroom background in the style of Behance. Behance is the portfolio site that all of the art directors, designers, creative directors use to show off their work. When Midjourney is referencing different images, I want it to be thinking of the style that the photograph should look like, that the render should look like. Nice shading, nice lighting. So let's see what it came out with. Awful. Pretty terrible. I understood that maybe my idea was pretty bad at this point because this backpack, it doesn't look like a chair. This sort of chair doesn't look comfortable to sit in, and it definitely doesn't look comfortable to walk around in. I guess the colors are kind of interesting, but I don't know what it is. Does it look like a piece of luggage that I go to the airport with? This one, it felt like Lego or like Playmobil. It didn't really feel like it was IKEA. So I understood I have to change my prompt or I have to change my product. I have to change my idea a little bit. And I went back and I went, okay, Patagonia and IKEA collaboration on a multi-purpose chair. I figured chairs are very basic. Midjourney should have a very good library and understanding what a chair looks like in a clean showroom in the style of a Behance render. And then I told it I wanted to be a little bit more wider format and I wanted to use version 4 because as we know, version 4 creates the best images. No, I don't like these. I don't like what it gave back and I think I know why. I did a retry and it came back with another version and I understood that it's a problem with my prompt. Patagonia and IKEA collaboration on a multi-purpose chair. Midjourney understood from my text is that literally taking elements of Patagonia and IKEA, printing it on the chair as if this was like an exercise to do printing. That's not what I wanted. I was trying to, in the English language, dictate that the collaboration is on a creation, right? So I had to edit my text. I went back and I said, okay, I'm going to write this a different way. Patagonia and IKEA collaborate to create a multi-purpose outdoor chair in a clean showroom in the style of a Behance render, wider format, 3x2. It looks like a headline and it worked pretty well. What it came back with. I liked a lot of the options. Here it almost looks like that the branding, it almost looks like it's a IKEA naming. It almost looks like some Swedish word that's written on the chair. Of course, it's because the AI just has no idea how to write text, and it's pretty basic right now what it does. I'm sure it'll be updated in the future, but this is what you get. And I really liked these two images down here, so I thought I'd upscale both of them, and I put them to the side, and I made that a part of the collection. I made another re-render just to see what other options came back. You know, this was really clean. This looked interesting as a material, but it just didn't fit something that I wanted to buy, you know? I liked this, and the reason why I liked this was it had some geometric sort of shape inside of it. I thought that the wood really looked like the IKEA wood that IKEA uses, and I thought that expressed the idea very well. I wouldn't make it my centerpiece. I wouldn't make it my focal point, but I thought it looked kind of cool, so I added it to the stack. I made another prompt. Patagonia and IKEA collaborate on a multi-purpose outdoor solar power lamp in a clean showroom in the style of Behance render, in the format of an advertisement. I made sure that it was widescreen and using version 4. And it looked bad. I didn't like it. This is not something that I want to buy. Maybe if I was doing game design, you know, if I was doing like the sequel to Half-Life, I might like the way that this looks kind of radioactive, that for a video game, it could be a nice object to have around. But to buy as a product, I don't think that it looks very attractive. And I don't think that it's like sleek. I don't think that it looks very portable. It looks heavy. It looks bulky. It looks like with the hard edges, I might cut myself. So I understood that probably I have to refine the way I describe it, because when I say solar powered, it thinks of all the ways that solar powered is normally expressed, and it's trying to put these solar panels on there, and it makes it like clunky. It makes it a big box to accommodate a battery. So what I did was I said, let's change this. Patagonia and IKEA collaborate to create a multi-purpose outdoor LED lamp, minimal, portable, postmodern design, flexible material, geometric shape in a clean showroom in the style of Behance render. I loved the results. Midjourney is having a much easier time rendering it. When you look at some of the words though, you can see that it's ignoring it. I said in a clean showroom. Midjourney completely ignored the showroom, put it out in the wild, and actually I like the result a lot better. So this is a case where I like what came back and I would use this. I thought that these two images here were the best lamps. I see this as a great evolution of the IKEA lamps. It's like paper and they fold out and they usually hang from the ceiling. And I understand that if I went camping, I might want something that's with an LED inside. This could be maybe some sort of environmentally friendly film that like folds out and turns into a 3D object and then sort of folds back out and could be two-dimensional. And I like this one because it looked very durable. It looked like something that it had maybe held a battery. I might be able to wind it up and then it creates light, or maybe on the top up above, there might be a solar panel. But I liked what came out of it. I thought that as a demonstration of the brands and the brand's values, these two objects worked very well. So I like the objects so far. I wanted to take a look at another prompt. So I wrote out Patagonia and IKEA collaboration landing page design, UX, website design, Behance. And then I made sure that it was like widescreen. This is really an interesting way, kind of get some interesting designs and layouts and sort of compositions. You can work with UX and add UX into your prompt. So what I got was a website. The images are not great. I don't think that there's something spectacular here. It looks quite expected, actually. I think what's very cool is that AI knows enough to kind of divide the space between text and then also an image of where somebody should be or what object should be there. But when I took a very close look, I don't like this backpack. It's not exactly IKEA. It's not exactly Patagonia. There's nothing that's really inspiring or eye-catching here. Over here, this is not the Swedish flag. It's a guy running. It doesn't really speak to me, and I don't think that it demonstrates the brief. I don't think it demonstrates the idea very well. So I went back and I refined my prompt. Patagonia and IKEA collaboration landing page design. I kept the same words. Outdoors meet furniture. This is a key new thought. UX, website design, beautiful design, stunning graphic design, Behance, because Behance, as I said, has a lot of those images that I think usually look very good. And then the aspect ratio of 3:2 to make sure it's a wide format. Now, immediately, I loved this one here. You know, the other ones, they're cooler. You know, I can see that this is something more creative and interesting. If I was going to critique the actual UX design. I think that there was actually better UX design probably in some of the earlier images. I think that this one image here captures very well what it means if Patagonia and IKEA would work together. I think it's a great product. I would like to sit in that couch. I'd like to buy that couch. This one looks like regular outside furniture. It looks pretty cheap, actually. And this looks like some playful IKEA thing, but it doesn't make me fall in love with the idea. So I was feeling really confident. I thought maybe there's another way to kind of experiment with this. So I went and I reworded it. Patagonia and IKEA Collaboration landing page design with big branding of Patagonia and IKEA. I wanted to see logos. Background image showing how outdoors meets furniture, UX website design, beautiful design, stunning graphic design, Behance. It's very word heavy, and actually what came back was not very good at all. If you want to get a good image, you should really try to explain what you want with as little words as possible. Otherwise, you're going to get stuff like this. These are not great. Maybe I like the lighting here, but there's not really much of an idea. So this prompt sucked. It didn't turn out the images that we want. So I went back and I said, okay, I upscaled the couch image, and I put that as the final image. From here, I was very happy with the image results. I wanted to see what I could get as far as text to describe the actual concept and the idea. I know how to write very well, but I just wanted to see what ChatGPT would turn out. Why would a collaboration between IKEA and Patagonia work? Very simple prompt, and what it gave back was a very large piece of text. But what I liked was some good sentences, and I could use in my edited down version. So I really liked this commitment to sustainability and environmental causes. I like this collaboration between the two companies could be about shared values. I like this limited edition collection of eco-friendly home goods or outdoor gear. I like that. So I included that in my edited version. But I added my own points inside of there because as any creative, you have some things that you could prompt and prompt and prompt, but you'd never get the results or the idea that you had. So I edited it down, added it in my own thoughts. I took that text, I took the images that I had, and I put it all together in my LinkedIn post. I just posted it online. And immediately it took off. I got a lot of great comments. I mean, people were really excited about it. People were very positive about it. And I think one of the reasons that it went viral was because it opened up a deeper discussion about the implications of AI and artwork and where does it fit in the process. I saw some artists really feeling violated and probably scared that AI could be so powerful to do this. Here I have somebody saying that AI generated images are ethically questionable. Someone else is saying what I've asked it to do is not really a talent. You just make a request and it just spits something out. I think where the talent is required is to create the actual idea and then to prompt correctly and to collaborate with the technology to create what you want. I'm sure that the same things have been said about Photoshop. The same things have been said about video editing tools. I think the winning formula is to learn how to use a technology, to learn how to incorporate it into your process so that the work that you get is a mix. Sometimes it will be supported by AI. Sometimes you'll know not to go down a certain route, because AI demonstrates very quickly that it's just not interesting what might come up. And sometimes it will give you the spark where you say, I can take this, I can adjust it, I can recreate it, I might render it differently. And that's why I wanted to show the raw results without any editing. So we could all be on the same page about where is AI in its generation. The way I like to phrase it is, AI is a huge accelerator of the process, but you still need to know how to describe what you want. The brief has become more important than ever. I want to finish up with a message to all of the artists, all of the photographers, all of the creatives who think that AI might one day replace them. Look, the fact is AI is not going to replace you. But if you don't learn how to use the tool, a person using AI will. So you need to experiment, you need to play with it, and you need to get comfortable with it. My name is Eric Groza. I've won over 50 awards in the creative industry. I've worked in advertising for the past 10 years, and I've worked on the marketing side as well and in technology. Add me on LinkedIn so you can see more of my professional work. On Instagram, you'll be able to see a lot of the behind the scenes and a lot of what I do in my personal life, but a lot of it's related to art and the industry. And if you like this video, we'll be posting more on YouTube, so you can like and subscribe to get more of this content.